y'all have to cast Taylor Swift in a reboot of one of our 4 films on our horror film Mount Rushmore. Which film do you cast her in?
Oh,
Get Out.
Yeah.
Welcome. I gotta say, I always banter with my guests before the recording actually starts.
Mm-hmm.
This has been the most chaotic and fun pre-taping banter in the show ever.
Well, you called the right
I've had to say, okay.
Speaking of the
We have
right
arrived.
people, tell folks who y'all are. I'm so excited to have you both here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I travel the furthest, so I guess I should.
Yeah,
go
you
first.
should.
Okay, my name is Brittany Luse, and I host a show called It's Been a Minute on NPR. It's also a
Yes.
podcast that comes out Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yeah, you are working.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I got a lot of help.
Okay.
We got a wonderful team.
Yes.
But yes, so that's me.
Love it.
Lovely.
Yes.
And I'm Tre'vell Anderson. I'm a journalist, a podcaster as well. I have a movie review podcast called Seated that everyone should check out.
Perfect name.
And I like running my mouth about various different things.
I love it. I love it. So we are doing a very special episode this week in honor of something I know you love, Brittany, and something that you tolerate, Tre'vell.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about horror films.
Yes.
It is October. It's spooky season. As a former Pentecostal in adulthood, I've come to love Halloween
But you probably
and horror
didn't-
films.
did you do
We couldn't do it as a kid.
Same.
Oh.
Yeah, same, right?
Okay.
Not quite Baptist. I call it Baptist-costal for my people.
I love that.
Because we
I
was
love
very
that.
non-denominational. But
uh-huh.
yeah, we had Hallelujah-ween.
Wow. Okay, I'll finish the intro after that. What is
Just-
Hallelujah-ween? Let's go. Tell me.
Hallelujah-ween was just like, this event at the church house where you could bring the kids and they get
candy.
candy and games, but like you couldn't wear
No devil stuff.
You could wear no devil stuff, no
could- no
vampire.
costume.
You could do costumes,
Of
but
what, though?
Interesting.
nothing demonic, quote unquote.
So you could be a nun.
You could be a
Okay.
nun, you could be an angel, you could be,
Wait, you could be a
Simba from The
nun?
Lion King.
That's not like. Well, I guess nun is not part of. It's Catholic. It's not part of Baptist.
Yeah, it's fine.
Interesting.
You could be whatever.
We were-
I grew up in the
You
church,
grew up,
but
okay.
we didn't. I mean, but I grew up very secular. Like my parents are religious. We grew up going to church every Sunday, but it was like otherwise like it wasn't like something that
Yeah.
we talked about all day long. every
The
day.
only
Yeah.
holiday that we celebrated as a kid was Thanksgiving.
No,
Because
Easter?
our pastor was like, is the Easter Bunny in the Bible?
Screaming.
No. Is Santa Claus in the Bible? No.
But, like, what about-
Halloween? No. So on
you know
Halloween, if it wasn't a night of the week that had church,
Mm-hmm.
our mother would either have us turn off all the lights in the front of the house and close the drapes so no one came trick or treat, or we would like go somewhere to not be at home. So
Go
I didn't do
where?
Halloween. Like we go eat somewhere. Or
I was
something.
gonna say like
Yeah, I didn't do Halloween until I was literally in graduate school. But then I was like, oh my God, what have I been missing?
What did
This
you
is
wear for your
amazing.
first-
For my first several years of doing Halloween costumes, because it was cheap and easy, and I was still very preppy, and Kanye still was very preppy as well. I just
yeah,
dressed as
shutter
preppy
shades.
Kanye. Preppy I would wear like my little Banana Republic corduroy blazer
Yeah,
with
yeah,
some sunglasses
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I was
That
Kanye.
works.
Yeah.
That
It
works.
does
That
work.
works.
It does
One
work.
year I had a friend of mine, a blonde woman, she was Taylor Swift. And so we just went to party to party to party.
That's hilarious.
Arguing.
Good.
Half the folks were like, I get it. Other folks were like, are you okay, girl? Yeah. Anywho, I digress. All this to say, we all love spooky now. Are you okay with Halloween now?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I used to be afraid of Halloween. Like I would never go to I would rather. I would never go into a haunted house. It would give me a heart.
Those are-
Oh,
yeah.
I don't do those.
I would never do that.
But-
I even used to be. I used to be afraid of like scary Halloween costumes and things like that.
I
when
get
was,
that.
Like, a
Like
child.
the head is off the body.
Yeah,
That stuff is
and
weird.
and so I couldn't even watch the Thriller video until I was like 15, and then I don't know, like a switch flipped, and I'm like I am like I'd say like I'm a genre person, but for like two genres: romantic comedy
Okay.
and horror.
Two very opposite ends of the
diametrically
spectrum.
opposed.
I would
Yeah.
love to like have some amazing pop cultural theory as to why they're the same, but I don't even have
The
that. I just
formulaic.
love them.
Here's like-
But that's what it's like.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna happen.
There's a formula. Like,
Except I don't like that. What is that called when you exorcism stuff?
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what it is? It's
Body
it's-
horror.
Well, it's not that. It's more so it story wise, narratively is the same thing as it was all a dream. So it's all this weird stuff, and you're like, oh my God, what's going on? What's
then the
going on?
demon leaves and
Right,
she's
and then
fine. Yeah.
And then
and her body's okay.
Right.
Her neck
and then,
just twisted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like her
Anywho.
vertebrae realigned.
Yeah.
And I wasted 2 hours of my life. I don't like it.
Yeah. All this to say, I was able to get you both in studio for this conversation, and I was like, what do y'all like? What are y'all into? And Brittany was like, I like horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, it's October. It's spooky season. Let's do it. So we're going to bring out one of my favorite show formats for this episode about horror films. We're going to build a Mount Rushmore of horror movies. We've each brought a few picks ourselves. We're going to talk about them and then put 4 on the mountaintop.
Okay, 4.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You didn't say you're ready, Tre'vell.
Well, I'm on it.
You're getting there.
I'm ready.
Together.
Yes,
We're
we
gonna
are.
do it
There we
together.
go.
We
There we
are.
go. Prayers up. So before we get to our movie picks, which I've seen in advance, good picks. Why do y'all think horror is so reliably bankable and consistently popular? It is, and it's been so for decades, the most profitable genre of film and the most reliable in terms of getting butts in seats. Why do we love horror so much as a culture?
I think there's an element of it, right, where you have to suspend belief.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you it's a particular kind of escapism.
You're locking in.
You're
fully.
locking in. You know that it might be a little absurd, but like that's what you're signing up for.
Yes.
And I think people just love that.
It's full escape.
Yeah, it's full escape. You're likely not thinking too much about
Donald Trump is not in the horror movie.
most times. Okay, most times. But so I think that's what people are, respond to. It's just that like I'm going into
Fully
this
removed.
space where I can be fully removed from,
Yeah.
what this is.
Yeah.
But you the expert.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm just a laywoman. But I think, at least for me, and I think a lot of other people have this experience. In real life, the experience of like real true fear, like
Yes.
life-threatening
Yes.
fear, anguish, despair is so horrifying.
Jarring.
Right, and jarring. I think that and also usually it comes at your least expected moment. I think people like to be able to expect to be scared. And that way you can kind of like process the fear and experience the fear, but in like a contained, controlled
I like that.
kind. I think it's probably similar to the same reason why people like to watch boxing or football or something like that.
Yeah.
There
You can watch
is-
pain, but you aren't feeling the pain.
but you aren't feeling the pain. And so I that's part of the reason why I like horror. Like I told you, I grew up a scaredy cat, and
Yeah.
I still am about certain things to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And I think that I like knowing that I can like turn on the TV or go into the movie theater and be like
I love that.
freaked out.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
And also too, I think for it being, as far as it being profitable and getting butts in seats, it's like a type of filmmaking, a type of storytelling that is like infinitely translatable to a certain degree. Like, yes, horror does reflect certain things about your society
Yeah.
or your community that sometimes can be very specific, but also like,
But it's really translatable because with all horror, it's don't die.
Yeah.
right.
It's don't die
If a
and
monster-
what's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Right. If a monster's
Yeah.
coming after you or
Yeah.
someone's coming after you with
The
a knife,
language doesn't matter. You get it.
hello, you like,
You
just
get it.
need to
Run.
run.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. I love horror because I fundamentally believe that film going is a communal experience. Going to movies builds and strengthens communities. And I think that
Agree.
of all types of film genres, horror is the most communal. It is the one type of film in which you're kind of expecting someone or all of y'all to talk to the screen. Don't go in there. No. Like you
Yeah.
experience together a horror film more than any other genre. And you
100% agree.
expect the beats and you know they're coming and you feel them with your neighbor. I feel connected to strangers in a horror film in ways I don't with any other genre of movie. I also think that like Hollywood keeps making them because they're really cheap to make.
They're super
Yeah.
cheap.
You
don't
don't
even
need
need
a star
stars.
Yeah.
for a horror
Yeah,
film.
literally.
And you can use one set.
Literally.
If it's a haunted house movie, you have one location. So you can just keep cranking them out.
Yep.
Anywho, I think we all agree. Horror is perfect. The perfect film genre.
Perfect is
Strong for you?
yeah, it is. But I will accept it. I
Okay.
will let it go.
Okay.
This is your show.
It's our show this episode.
Okay. Okay.
Let us hop in and start to build our horror movie Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all each brought 2 picks. I brought 2 picks. There might be some more picks. We'll go through them, and then at the end, we'll name the top 4. With that, my first pick for a film that deserves to be on the horror movie Mount Rushmore, I think y'all will agree, Get Out, the Jordan Peele classic.
That's a good one.
It's a great one.
I can't I can't fault it. Isn't that what they say on Great British Bake Off? I can't fault it.
I can't.
I can't fault it.
Yeah, Get Out is what I mean. Come on, it is the kind of movie that it is horror, but it is more.
It's commentary.
You know, it is very much so
Yes.
commentary. I remember when it came out and how defining
It was a moment.
it was. Still is. Okay, Jordan Peele.
It's so good. I rewatched it last night and was like, oh, it ages so well. It ages so well. And when I think about what I love in a horror movie, it is a horror movie that's also a commentary on the time and its politics.
Yeah.
And there is no better distillation of the hypocrisy of Obama-era white liberalism than Get Out.
Very true. I mean,
You know?
it's interesting too that, like, how do I put it? That specific aspect of it has held up so
Yes.
well because
There are still
hit
folks who
at
will
the
say, I would have
time.
voted for Obama 3 times.
If I could have, exactly.
Yeah.
At the time, it hit. But also now, I mean, not a ton of Obama era art has held up
Hamilton
in the same
does
way.
not.
Hamilton has not held up. Yeah, that one's falling apart a little bit like a house of cards. But like, Get Out, I mean, it still is just as crisp
Yeah.
now as it was back
Well,
then.
Yeah.
and the beauty of the timing of Get Out is that it feels very Obama era, but it came out in 2017, just after he's gone. And that was the perfect time to begin to absorb the lessons of Get Out.
Yeah,
love
which
this movie.
we're still absorbing.
We are
Some would say.
still absorbing. Yeah.
No, I love this movie so much. Like, when I want to tell someone else's kids years from now what it was like back then, somebody else's kids, I'm going to say there's 2 movies to watch.
Okay.
Get Out
He's like, Get Out is the
and The
documentary.
Social Network.
Oh,
No, that's
They
a
define the era.
good
I
They
can
pick.
see
define
that.
the era.
Good pick.
You know?
I can see that.
I also love, there's someone who just love this movie, but besides it being a wonderful commentary on the culture, besides it like really just being a well-paced horror film with a wonderful twist that reveals itself so slowly, it is a horror film that when it comes to race, totally flips the script. So I'm obsessed with the concept and idea of like the final girl. The final girl is a character in the horror film who makes it to the end and doesn't just get to survive, she gets to confront the killer.
Yeah.
For as long as we've had horror films in the American context, usually that is a woman, a white woman, and a blonde white woman. The final girl in Get Out is Daniel Kaluuya, a very
Yes.
dark-skinned black man.
Yes.
And the horror villain that he is confronting at the end of the film is systemic racism, white liberal racism, Obama era racism. That's really smart.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, and the final confrontation that he has is with a crazed white woman.
Like, it's totally
like a
flipped.
racist,
Yes.
racist
It's
white
totally
woman.
flipped.
Yeah.
It's totally flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked and was still a blockbuster. Like, just remarkable to be able to pull that off.
So
I
good.
also think, like, bigger picture, like, what does it mean to be a final girl? The final girl is the character who makes it to the end and gets to confront their oppressor. If I think big picture, like humanity, civilization, black people are always the final girl.
Oh.
Always.
Not in these movies, though. Usually we
In
die
life.
first.
Well,
In life,
but yes,
though,
in life.
we gonna live.
Yeah.
We are gonna
We gonna make
it.
We're gonna be like, sorry to spoil it, but this movie came out like 1,000 years ago. LL Cool J at the end of Deep Blue Sea.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Love that movie. Never want to think again of the LL Cool J song from that soundtrack where the chorus is him rapping, "My hand is like a shark fin." Remember that? Add it in post.
Where did you pull that
I
from?
don't know, man. Add it in post. Anywho, as my first pick for the horror film Mount Rushmore, Get Out, the 2017 Jordan Peele classic. Shout out to friend of the show, Allison Williams. Shout out to Daniel Kaluuya. I love that movie.
Good pick. Good pick.
Great one.
Who's next? Who has a pick?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Okay.
Your first submission for our horror film Mount Rushmore is drum
Okay.
roll.
Drum roll. You can add that in post, okay? I gotta shout my man Jigsaw from the Saw series.
I have a Saw story, but you go.
What?
It's
okay,
traumatizing.
I actually had never seen, because I grew up being afraid of horror films,
and that is really horror.
Yes,
Yeah.
I had never
Yeah.
seen the Saw series.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't seen half of it, but
There's like 10 now,
It's my
right?
husband's fault. Yes, we get there. So I had never seen one until maybe 2 years ago, and I watched Saw one day. Me and my husband just turned it on. It was a rainy day, and I was like, "What?"
Did you like it?
I felt like, it felt like, I don't know. It like, how does one feel about the first time they heard a Shakespearean sonnet? How does one feel like the first time they heard?
I didn't get it the first time.
Okay.
Iambic pentameter. Who?
Okay. Or the first time you heard Destiny's Child song. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No,
That's
the first
how
time I heard
felt.
Fleetwood Mac's Dreams.
Okay.
That.
That's how I felt.
That's how Saw feels.
That's how the first Saw film felt to me. Okay. I was like, whoa. I felt like it was just like, I felt like I had uncovered like golden tablets. I was like,
Really?
whoa. And also like all of a sudden I could see it everywhere. Okay. So then I watched Saw 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Basically in the next 2 weeks.
And they get more and more gruesome, right?
Yes, and I wanted
You watched it in 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, you don't even want to know what I did with the Alien series. It was a whole other story. But like, I still haven't seen Saw 7, 8, 9, and 10. Mind you, I started watching it the year that Saw 10 came out, and I told my husband, I was like, let's get through the other 9 so that we can see 10 in the theaters and like have like the full experience.
Yeah.
But I'm a completist, he's not, and so that's like our only conflict really as people. And so he was just like, look, I'm sick of watching this. Like, we got.
It's really intense.
It's a lot.
Now, I didn't mind it. The thing that I like about it is that, sorry to spoil it, but at the end
You can't
of
spoil that
every,
movie.
You can't
It's
spoil that
gruesome. They're killing.
I mean, killing.
Which one do they like pull the rib cage out?
Ooh, that might be 2 or 3.
Yeah. That's when I
Yes.
left the theater.
That one.
Yikes.
Oh no!
I went to go see Saw 3. My college had like a communal let's go to the movies night. I was in student government, so I helped organize it.
Man, you're such a.
We
Of
get
course.
there.
Yeah.
The movie starts. I'm like, this ain't gonna work out. It keeps
Oh,
going. I'm like, I'm
no.
freaking out. I start praying to myself quietly. And then when
Oh,
they pull the rib
no.
cage out, I said, Jesus! And I walked out. And I went home. Or back to my dorm.
Like that 2 years ago, I was on my couch. I was like, I
Living.
was
Wow.
laughing. The thing I like though is at the end of the Saw movies, okay,
Uh-huh.
they're all about like this convoluted reveal, okay?
Mhm.
Because Jigsaw really is represented by 2 people.
And
is
Jigsaw would just say
represented-
he is this like clown puppet
puppet
thing with the
that
weird
rides
face
the
on a bike. Yeah.
So that's like a Jigsaw, but also Jigsaw's also like the guy who's behind all of like the machinations that make all of these like
He's like an evil
really
Wizard of
elaborate.
Oz.
Yeah, like I mean, people are being pulled about by the rib cage. People are like, I don't know, like falling into a pit of needles or something like that, like a pit of syringes.
I get
like
weird even hearing you
I'm
talking
so
about it.
sorry, but I
No,
love
it's
it.
okay, it's okay,
So
it's okay.
yeah, so and so there's these really elaborate deaths. And Jigsaw's playing them. He's behind everything. So it's like Jigsaw person. There's like Jigsaw little doll. I love the little doll. He's like so catty and he has his little sayings and he's always like coming out like the worst moment.
He's a drag
to let
queen.
you know you're about to die. Hello, hello. Okay.
Jigsaw would have
camp.
won Drag
Okay.
Race.
Hello.
Okay.
We would kill everybody.
Where-
Okay. He would have killed the competition. But I love Jigsaw because first of all, he's camp. Second of all, when you get to the end of every movie, and like, because you're the whole time, these people basically wake up, they're like chained to a wall, and there's like a chainsaw. They're like, one of you has to kill the other, or you're not gonna get out of here, or whatever. But you both die, and it's like, okay, what am I gonna do? And so I love the movies because there's no sense. Like there's the plot doesn't make any sense. You don't understand. The mystery's not unraveling. You just get to the very end. And then, like, right before someone's head explodes, they basically they have this whole montage sequence that pulls everything together. And they're like, in 1962, when your mother ran a red light, and then had a fender bender with my stepdad, and then one day he was at the grocery store, he tripped and fell, and then a fork went through his foot, and then I decided to get revenge, and so I found out where your child went to kindergarten, and then I gave the teacher some poison, and then it's just like it's literally like completely
Holds a grudge.
holds a grudge, and these dominoes fall in this way that makes no sense, and they're like, and that's how you ended up staring down the barrel of a gun that popped out of someone's sternum in this basement in Pittsburgh. And it's like, I get to the end, it makes no sense. And the whole time I'm like, oh, Jigsaw!
Jigsaw
You
is
did it
that
again! He pulls it off. every time.
Jigsaw
And even
is
like,
that
I think
girl.
they've killed him, and they brought him back. It's just like
Chucky who?
That's hilarious.
Jigsaw
Hello.
is a survivor.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I think that I love the entire Saw series that I've seen. I'm going to get through 7 through 10. I know there's going to be a Saw 11. So I'm like,
My God.
my husband's
Saw
not going to
11.
hold me back
Yeah.
again.
Wow.
I'm going to watch Saw through 6 through 10. I mean, 7 through 10. So I can be ready for Saw 11 whenever it comes. And I have my man Jigsaw's back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He falls 9 times. He gets up 10.
Please
You know what
cut
I
it
mean?
out.
My man. And my man is Jigsaw. and he
Profile your
deserves
courage.
Jigsaw. Exactly.
Okay. Sold me.
A survivor,
I mean,
a
it
thriver,
was quite a
conniver.
pitch.
Quite a pitch.
Quite a pitch. Quite a pitch. Shout out to Jigsaw.
Shout out to Jigsaw. Show me some love,
That
baby. Where
messy
you at?
queen.
Now, I've only seen one of the Saws, the
That's
first
enough.
one. It was plenty for me.
Yeah.
But I love that there are folks such as yourself who are on the ride.
I'll say Saw 1 is actually the best one of the 6 that I've seen this
I
far.
enjoyed it.
But I've heard Saw
Yeah.
10 is better than Saw 1.
Dang, I'll
So
never
if you,
know.
If you gather
I'll
your
never
courage,
know.
Tre'vell, if you gather your courage,
I don't know.
look, I believe in you.
Because if
You
you're
might
at
watch
number
Saw
10, if you're at number 10, I know it's gotten progressively
Yeah.
worse
Well-
in terms of.
Not always.
no?
Some of the movies are just bad and they just make them.
Oh, okay.
So they're
That's-
not they're
that's
not getting
real.
more gruesome. Like the acting is getting worse and it's getting
Okay.
confusing. The story's more convoluted. So it's not always more gruesome. Sometimes it's just like it's more of a test of will for the audience to be like, how bad do you just want to watch this series and complete everything? Yeah, and it's really endurance.
Okay.
When you
Yeah.
come back, we're going to recap all 10 Saw movies because you'll have watched them.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
That's it.
We'll talk about it.
That's it. Tre'vell, with that, what is your first pick for our horror film, Mount Rushmore?
Yes. Okay. So as we have established, I don't really do too much of the spooky-ooky.
Spooky-ooky, I'm keeping that.
And so
Spooky-ooky.
I have chosen Scary Movie
Round
as
of applause.
I know,
Round of
right?
applause.
Come on.
Round of applause.
Because
That's
I
a
feel
good
like
one.
it's
for
a
Regina
good,
Hall alone.
Alone.
period, the
Alone.
legend herself.
So good.
You know? But I feel like it's the kind of horror movie that is like more accessible.
And it's a
because
commentary on
it's
horror.
commentary on horror. It's very comedic,
Yeah.
right? It's poking fun at some of the structure that you mentioned. Horror often, you know, formulates or is formulated after. And also it's just super fun.
It's so fun. Well, it's
just
Wayans.
so fun. Yeah.
Wayans don't miss.
They don't miss.
So months ago,
Well-
we built. You save it for yourself.
I will. I know
No,
who show
you
I'm
know
on.
I
I
love
know who
them.
show
You
I'm
know I
on.
love them.
I know who show
Many
I'm
months
on.
ago, we built a Hollywood Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Like what figures in the industry deserve to be on Mount Rushmore, and all 4 spots were just Wayans.
The Wayans.
Listen, have you ever seen a
Which
Wayans
legends?
in real life?
No.
Good looking people.
Oh,
You can see
yeah.
that on the
Damon
TV, but
Jr.?
in real life,
Damon Jr.
I believe no.
Damon Jr.
Now, I mean, listen, I've seen Kim and I've seen Marlon at a slight distance. Not even that much, maybe
Yeah.
like 10, 15 feet in real life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
like, well, they
was,
great.
my first thought was, this person is so fine.
No, they're
and
great.
it's Wayans.
It's a Wayans.
It's
yeah.
Wayans.
Yeah. So that's it. Wayans. Scary movie. So which of the scary movies is your favorite if you had to pick one?
The original, the first.
Okay. Say more.
Well, because you know when it comes to the sequels, they just sometimes get just
It's
more and
repetitive.
more absurd.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but that first one, I feel like hits that really great sweet spot of like having some jump scares for those of us who are a little skittish. You know, it has a little jump scare energy
Yeah.
into it, but
Yeah.
it ultimately I think is like this really fun experience and ride
Oh,
if
totally.
you. Maybe if you love horror movies, but also if you
you
know
don't.
stay
Yeah.
away typically.
Let's get a second pick. Let's start with you, Tre'vell.
Okay, so for my next pick, I went a little bit more current.
All right.
Okay.
I went with The Substance.
I watched The Substance on my 37th birthday.
And you loved it, didn't
I
you?
loved it. I was like, this is so apt. It's so perfect.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good one.
For those who
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet, this was the Oscar contender from Demi Moore, what, a year or two ago?
Yes.
She is an aging star / actress / fitness guru who takes a really bad potion to maintain her youth. chaos ensues.
Chaos ensues. And it's like, what do they call it? Body horror?
Such
Yes.
body horror.
Right?
Oh, to the
And they
hilt.
drag it out. That final scene is like 12 minutes too long.
Yeah.
And they keep going.
Yeah.
They keep going.
But for
You like
some
it.
reason, I
So you're
really
scared
enjoy
of horror,
it.
but you like this
Interesting.
one.
I think because it's a great movie. It's a well done
Yeah.
movie. The acting is top tier. It's
Yeah.
and it puts you in this world. It's just really
Yeah.
but it also has all of those other elements of like horror movies that I don't particularly like. But it's one of those movies that I saw and I was like, oh yeah, this is something
Well,
here.
because it's half body horror and it's half a takedown of the superficiality
Yeah.
of
Oh my
LA
gosh.
and entertainment culture,
Absolutely.
which I could watch all day.
Absolutely. And and to have someone like a Demi Moore, right, diving
Who has
into
lived through that system for decades.
You see it.
She's been
Yeah.
chewed and spit out by it multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay, and the movie, it's one of those films that I think takes on a different meaning or an extra meaning, that I think makes it worthy of horror movie lovers.
Okay, I
love that.
like this.
I love that.
Your thoughts?
Well, I think the thing that I really love about that movie is like it's very obviously a commentary on Hollywood and the entertainment industry, but it's also like in this panopticon in which we're all living now, where we're all, even if we are not
word
famous,
drop.
Okay.
What was I
SAT
watching
word.
last night that was referencing the Panopticon and Foucault? I was watching something where they mentioned Panopticon.
You probably were watching something. I don't know. I haven't seen
Anywho, go
anything
ahead.
in
The
a
Panopticon
but-
is this idea that a surveillance state doesn't need a surveillance state if we're all just watching each other
Yep.
and telling on each
yep.
other.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We are like in a prison of our own making because we are like being constantly surveilling and being surveilled.
After the Hunt. The new Julia Roberts movie.
I haven't seen that one yet.
have.
There's a scene where philosophy teacher Julia Roberts references the Panopticon.
She
And I said,
does.
give her everything.
Yes.
Ooh,
Give her
I'm
everything.
excited
It's
to
very
see.
good.
I'm excited
It's
to
very
see
good.
that.
Honestly, what I want is you in conversation with her.
I would love to talk to Julia Roberts.
I would
Also,
watch that.
Make that happen.
to bring
Yeah.
it back to a conversation we're having about astrological signs before we started
Yes.
recording, she is a famous Scorpio.
Oh.
So,
She's a Scorpio?
Yes.
I see it.
That's what I'm saying. My sister and I,
see
we
it.
would get along. My sister and I would get along.
Julia,
Okay?
call her.
Okay.
Call me. We got fab hair. Like, let's chat. But I think that, like, in this panopticon we're all living in, we are all, whether you are a public figure or not, all on display.
And surveilling ourselves and each other. and
Surveilling
each other.
ourselves and each other all the time through social media, all of the time, with friends and strangers alike.
Absolutely.
And so that, like, people are looking for evidence of aging. They are assessing the value constantly of other women, basically anybody who appears to be over the age of 26. Like, whether you are famous or not, that is coming for you, period.
Yes.
And I think that movie hit a lot on things that are true, obviously, for the celebrity world, but for the average person as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Well, it also does what a good horror film can do a lot better than many other genres. Someone you hadn't been thinking about for a while, someone you thought you were going to count out. If they come and do a good horror film, they're back.
They're back.
Yeah.
Back.
They're back.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
That's what happened to Demi.
Because she's a fitness coach, what was the thing she would always say? You got it. You got it.
Ooh.
Hunting. Add that in post. To me saying you got it.
Oh my God.
All right.
That was a good one.
Yeah. What is your next pick, Brittany, for our horror film Mount Rushmore?
Alien. Okay, I know it's technically a sci-fi movie, but
It's close enough.
It's close.
Yeah,
But also,
it's in the
the
family.
It's scary.
the tagline was, in space, no one can hear you scream, or nobody can hear you scream, one of the two.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's obviously meant to be a horror film. For those of you who haven't seen it, I think it came out, I don't know, it was 1979, 1980, 1981, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Just a phenomenal movie. It's starring
Was it
Sigourney
Sigourney Weaver?
Weaver. Yes. Yes. And also Yaphet Kotto, Ian Holm. I mean, I don't want to say
Sigourney Weaver's the ultimate final girl.
the ultimate.
Oh, yeah.
final girl.
Ultimate
And I don't even
final
want to
girl.
say
Yes.
too much other because I actually was fortunate. I only saw it for the first time, I think maybe a year and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah, and then I proceeded to watch like all of them until
You
we
dig
went to
into
go
a
see.
series.
Oh, I
You
love a
dig
series.
into a
And
series.
I finished by
Okay.
watching Romulus in theater, starring David
Okay.
Jansen, who's amazing, or David Johnson, who's amazing, amazing. But yeah, so I watched the first Alien, and I didn't know anything about it. And there's
Yeah.
like a twist in there that I did not see coming, had no clue about it, and it knocked my socks off. But it's like it has, to me, it hit this sweet spot of filmmaking that I feel like I haven't. I don't know. I miss it so much now. Where it was like special effects and practical effects, I would say for about 20 years, worked so well together. When you watch the first Alien, it's like all of the tricks that someone like Hitchcock would use who didn't have access to like special effects, like these really phenomenal like practical effects.
And they were inventive with
that were and like costuming and makeup and like props. The set design is incredible.
And the aliens aren't CGI.
The aliens aren't CGI.
Yeah.
Ugh, my sister Xenomorph, okay, with the big
Your
long
sister.
head.
Your sister.
My sister with the long head and the big tall body.
Yes.
Okay. After a while, see, this is the thing. When you get into a series, after a while, you start identifying with
Yeah.
the villain.
Yeah.
After a while, I'm like, they're not listening to you. You have to kill them. They're not listening. They didn't hear you. They're not gonna colonize you. They listen. After a while, you're like, wow, she had a point.
She had a point.
She had a point.
She had a point.
Xenomorph had a point. So I mean, the costuming, I mean, everything, like from the way that like water drips down her teeth, like it's incredible. But also you can see ways in which like there's a little bit of animation or illustration or things that have been kind of like laid over like specific frames to give them a certain glow or a certain look. That it was just it remains to me like just, I don't know, it's like the pinnacle of like what filmmaking can really do and be. It can like,
Really?
yeah, because it opens up your imagination to really be like, oh my God, how did they do that? But also like it stuns you with the craft while also allowing you to fully suspend your disbelief in a way that I think is really hard to achieve in like a very post-Marvel world. And so when I think of Alien, I think of Ridley Scott and Sigourney Weaver and just the incredible craft that went into it. Just this, the story, it still resonates. Like it scared me in my living room.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
in a way that like, and I don't have no blackout shades. Okay. I don't have a sophisticated setup.
Yeah.
I could probably, if I squinted, I probably could see myself in the TV screen.
Yeah.
Because
And it
there's
still
enough
scares
light.
you.
Okay. And it still scared the bejesus out of me. And also too, the commentary that it makes about the idea of a final girl. Like up until that point, the final girl had very much been a virginal, young, sexualized woman. And not to say that Sigourney Weaver's
She's older.
like body, yeah, she's older,
Right.
but her body was also sexualized to a certain degree in this film, but in a way where you see her muscle, you see that she's an adult, you see that she has power, has agency.
She's heroic in the ways that mostly men were allowed to be
Exactly.
in that film.
And I think that film just completely turned. That is like, to me, when I think about like early complications of the final girl, like earlier, like than Get Out, like decades earlier. Like, I mean, obviously Get Out was one of the biggest ones that I think of, but also, and also Night of the Living Dead, of course. But Alien. It's like, yes, there's still a white woman as the final girl, but
she's different.
She's different. She's badass.
She's different.
A little razzle-dazzle.
So yeah, I'm like, if you haven't seen Alien, I mean, even if you're a scaredy cat,
I've seen that one.
you seen that one?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a
You made
it's a
it.
phenomenal
Okay.
film.
Yeah, it is a great
I noticed
film.
with you're
You'll push through it.
I was
You'll
gonna
be
say,
afraid
for
and
the
you push
craft,
through it.
like,
You know,
if it's good, you'll push
if
through.
it's good,
you'll
I
push
will
through.
push through.
Because you are a film critic.
I am a film critic.
Say it.
Okay, I
Say
do
it.
have bad anxiety, but if it's a great movie, absolutely. And I think that's a great candidate. It's a great example, particularly to your point of like the kind of craft, right, that horror can have. Because you can put some money behind it as well.
Yeah. It's also funny hearing y'all talk about final girls and horror. I have a theory about final girls. I think all friend groups have a final girl.
Uh-oh.
And if you don't know which one is the final girl, you ain't it.
Oh.
Wait,
I'm about to
wait,
say, I know it's
But
me, baby.
how do you know? What
Okay.
constitutes?
You can
it?
tell. They walk in the bar. One of them just has this quiet aura around them. They don't have to say anything. They just look and things happen.
Ooh, I don't know if
All
that's
friend
me.
groups have a final girl.
That's not me. I talk too much to be the final girl.
I am the comic relief who will get killed second in the movie in all friend
Oh.
groups. I'm not the final girl.
I think I could survive, but it's only because I've had like 3 or 4 near-death experiences.
Okay.
Oh.
I know.
So you're the scrappy
yeah.
one in the group.
Yeah, so like I think that I would survive, not just out of sheer like cats have 9 lives.
Yes.
Like I
Okay.
probably do too.
Yeah. You're a final girl.
I think I'm a final girl. However, I will note, I don't mind leaving.
That's the best way to be a final girl.
You know what I mean?
Don't go to the movie.
You
Don't be
see
in the
it.
movie.
You're like,
You see
Yeah,
it.
I'm not
like,
going to that weekend at the cabin in the woods.
I'm like,
you
the
have
energy
not
has
going.
shifted in
because
this
you're like,
room.
yeah, girl, I'm busy, and it's like,
Very
why couldn't
that.
you be Tre'vell?
Very that. I'm
I
very
love
much so
that.
like, oh, the energy has shifted in the room. It's time to go.
It's time to go.
You
It's
have
So
to
you're the
go,
smart
girl.
one. You're the smart girl.
You know, listen, I be thinking.
All right. Can I offer y'all my last pick for our
Please.
horror film, Mount Rushmore?
Please.
This is not my favorite movie.
Okay.
But I think it's one of the most important horror films to ever be made.
Okay.
Predictable pick, Jaws.
Oh.
I count Jaws as horror.
Yeah.
And I think Jaws as a film changed the way horror works, changed the way action works, changed our conception of what a B movie is.
Oh, and summer blockbusters
and summer
too.
blockbusters. In every way, the world of movies that we live in now, Jaws created. So before Jaws, an action film like Jaws would have been considered a, quote, B movie. We hear the term B movie, but don't know where it comes from. It's called a B movie because back in the day, when drive-ins were big, there'd be 2 films shown. The A movie was the earlier one. Then there was a break, and there was a B movie. And the B was like the stuff that wasn't as good as the A. So it was action, it was horror, it was lesser-known stars. And Jaws was originally meant to be a B movie.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Other thing about Jaws, it was the second film in American history to be pushed out in a wide release. So before the 70s when Jaws came out, you'd start a film in a few theaters and then grow, or then have it in this part of the country, then some other part of the country. Because in the production of Jaws, the movie, the book became a bestseller, they said, we got to push this thing big and hard all at once. So it was the first big all across the country opening weekend, and then that became the model.
Wow.
And after Jaws became a success, all of Hollywood began to take action films and B movies seriously.
Interesting.
And said, we can make an action B movie with craft, like Spielberg did. My favorite fun fact about Jaws, though, is that the movie that you see was not the film that you were supposed to see. They had a shark. They built a shark that they could control for the movie, but they only tested the shark in fresh water. So once they got the
Salt.
shark out to Martha's Vineyard and in the ocean where they were going to shoot the film, the shark broke. The first scene where the shark was supposed to ascend out of the water,
Yeah, you can't
it
put
was
salt
so
water in anything.
discombobulated, it went up tail first. It went up tail first. So they could not use the shark. That is why throughout the movie, you rarely see the shark, because they had to work around that.
It's scarier
Okay.
that way.
It is scarier
Exactly.
that way.
It's
Because
Spielberg
you're
admits it.
imagining it.
Yeah.
Spielberg admits, he's like,
Yeah.
not having that shark was the best thing that happened to that movie, because he had to make this film suspenseful without the actual shark being there for most of the shoot. There was one scene where they had to have a shark, where they have Jaws like hanging after it's like caught. So they're like, we got to get a real shark just for this. They try to get a shark out in Martha's Vineyard. They can't get one. They send some shark hunters to Florida to hunt one. They get a shark. They got to fly it back. Sharks decompose. Sharks decompose very quickly. So by the time it gets to set, it's already decomposing. So for the days that they used the real shark, they had to patch it up with makeup and paint every day. They were repainting the shark every day.
That sounds like an OSHA violation.
Okay. Something's got to be off. What
That
y'all
sounds like
doing?
All
Wow.
this to say,
Oh, wow.
like, Jaws should have never worked, and it did. And it
Wow.
didn't just work, it changed the way that we all experience film. Classic horror film.
Wow.
Mount
Okay.
Rushmore. Sorry, I've now soapboxed for a bit.
yeah.
No,
Sorry.
but you quite convincing. I mean, I didn't know all of that about
Ooh.
Jaws.
The common refrain on set during the making of Jaws, they would all say, quote, "The shark is broken." Every day. The shark is broken.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
God. There's an exhibit in town right now.
You got to go, Miss LA.
I know.
It's at the Academy Museum right
Academy
now.
Museum, I know. I'm about to be gone, but I'm like, I know. There's like only like 3 of like signs that I've seen consistently on the streets. It's like Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
Gracias,
Yeah.
Gustavo. Because y'all's like conductor at the LA Philharmonic is going to be, exactly. Dudemel's going to be gone. It's final season. I literally know this because
They've been saying it's the final season for 3 years
Gustavo.
now.
They have.
They really have.
And then the other thing is they're like, go to the Academy Museum
It's
and
great.
see Jaws.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm obsessed with this movie podcast called What Went Wrong. We had their hosts on this show a few months ago. They talk about how movies came to be and how every movie is basically a disaster that shouldn't happen, but it does.
Wow.
The episode about Jaws, you're like, oh, wow. Just a calamity of errors.
Wow.
Jaws is perfect because it's so imperfect.
I'm intrigued.
Anywho,
That's beautiful.
I rest my case.
I mean,
You made
quite
a case.
successfully.
You made a
yeah.
case.
Thank you. I believe now we have 6 contenders for our horror film Mount Rushmore.
But how many spots?
4 spots.
4 spots.
Okay.
So 2 can't make it. Let's recap all of our picks.
Okay.
I had Get Out and Jaws. You had
I had Saw
and
Alien.
And Alien.
The first one, because we don't talk about the second one.
And Tre'vell, you had.
I had Scary Movie and The Substance, but you can ignore The Substance because your others are a lot more compelling.
So the substance is out.
Yeah,
One
I was
more
gonna
has to go.
that's easy.
I was going to say I love Jigsaw. I love Jigsaw, and I want you to know.
We heard. Yeah.
Baby, this is not
Did you
true.
just call Jigsaw baby?
Yes, that's my
Jigsaw
man.
is baby girl.
Baby girl, okay? Okay? We were sisters.
Okay.
We were sisters. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like, oof, Ridley Scott, Xenomorph, my other sister, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have. I would rather put forth Alien.
Okay.
Because I feel like Get Out has to be there.
Yeah.
And you made quite the case for Jaws.
And Jaws predates literally every other movie we're discussing.
And
Correct.
every other movie that you're discussing, part of their DNA was informed by Jaws.
Okay. So,
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then our Mount Rushmore of horror films is.
Mhm.
Let me do this right. Get Out,
Mm-hmm.
Jaws,
Yes.
Scary Movie,
Mhm.
Yes.
and Alien.
Wow, I feel so good about this.
Yeah.
I
no,
feel
that's a
so
great
good at
list.
This is pretty
I
good.
feel so
No,
good about
that's
this. list.
This is pretty good.
Okay, let me just say we would survive in a movie as a group because of the fact that we were able to resolve that so quickly.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
really great conflict
Organic.
resolution. I like
Organic.
We're
that.
grown folks. Look at that.
Mm.
Erwan.
Okay.
They should have put us in Get Out. We would have torched that
I would have
house.
first. Now, let me tell you something.
Oh.
I wouldn't even have been at the house.
You're not going. You're
I'm
not
not going. No, because I would have been like, can I bring a friend?
Yeah.
Can I bring a friend?
Listen, as soon as that phone was unplugged mysteriously,
Time to go.
I'm out.
Time to go.
Also,
That's a
all
no for
I'm
me,
sorry, All it
dog.
takes is for a black man I don't know to come and be like, get
Get
out.
out.
Right.
I said, oh,
You
time
listen.
to go.
I listen to my people.
Hello.
Okay.
You're a smart girl.
Okay.
Okay. And that's why you're the final girl.
Yes. That's a good Mount Rushmore. Listeners, if you have beef with it, I do care. Write us back, comment back. What would go on your horror film, Mount Rushmore? I want to know. With that, we have wrapped up the spooky season part of this episode. And I want to pivot
Pivot.
to some hot takes.
Let's pivot.
Hot takes about the culture, hot takes about entertainment. I asked you both to prepare some pop culture hot takes for this episode. I've seen them both in advance. Yours is going to get me canceled, so you go in second.
Okay.
Tre'vell, what's your hot take, your pop culture hot take?
My hot take is that everybody don't need no Substack.
I was gonna say, and you think mine is? I don't know.
I'm just saying.
This is the thing.
We had a great show, y'all. See you next week.
But hear me out, Sam.
You're not wrong, though.
Hear me out.
You're not wrong. You're
First
not
of all,
wrong.
some people don't need.
There are people in this newsroom right now pushing Substack.
Well, and there's
Not
nothing wrong with that.
Pushing.
There's nothing wrong with that. You do what you got to do to survive, okay? However, some people don't need no Substack because we don't need to know that you don't think. We don't need to know that you lack the critical thinking skills that are super important at times such as these. Some people benefit from having an editor and being in community with other thoughts. Some people need rigor in their process of art creation.
She's singing.
I'm just saying.
She's singing. She's
Not
cooking.
to mention, we only got $15 to go around in the community.
Okay, and
we
this
can't
is the
spread
thing.
it.
This is the thing. This is the thing.
Say it.
Everybody's Substack is like $5 a month, $7 a month, $60 a year.
And I want to support them all.
I know,
promise
and
you.
but we all sometimes
But
it
we
feels like
can't.
everybody's passing around. We all pass around the same $50, like for just from person to person to person.
Yeah.
And this is the thing: you can be a really talented person in many different contexts, but I have seen some people are just really amazing at the newsletter format.
Absolutely.
Some
And
people,
Helen Peterson.
Absolutely.
One of my favorites.
culture
Absolutely.
studies,
Always.
so fab, so good.
Absolutely.
But sometimes I'll say, I mean, I agree. You could have a very talented person, and then the Substack is like.
Well, this is the thing.
Past a
There are no
certain word
editors on
count.
Substack.
That's
There
what I was
are
gonna
no
say.
editors.
Past a certain word count,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Bring back editors.
I think you need
Yeah.
to call in
Yeah.
for
Some support.
reinforcement.
Yeah.
Because my
Yeah.
thing is, if I'm reading what you've written for longer than about 5 minutes,
And like don't love it, you gotta wrap
yeah,
it up.
if you need to have an editor. If it's longer than about, I think 800 words,
Mhm.
I think that's when you need to get
Yeah.
an editor. Yeah,
Yeah,
agree.
it's just, and I, no offense to the people who have the Substacks and all of that.
Offend them, it's fine.
You know, I'm just saying, everybody don't need them.
Yeah.
I'm with
Okay.
you. I'm
this
with you.
this brings to mind one of my other pop culture hot takes about writing. I believe most nonfiction books could have been an article. Most articles could have
That's
been a
real.
tweet, and most tweets shouldn't have been tweeted.
I agree
Saved
with
it.
that. I agree. Most tweets shouldn't have been tweeted. I'll say this. I'm very fortunate in that for work,
Mhm.
I read a lot of very good nonfiction books.
Good.
So maybe I'm not exposed to all that is out there.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak on that.
No, I think I as somebody who has written a nonfiction book, I do think mine was one of the good
Yours.
ones.
we love.
Mine is
I
one of the
got
good
yours.
ones.
Come on.
Okay, praise
Yeah,
the Lord.
yeah.
We see each other, a Black trans journey through TV and film. Amen.
Yes,
Great book.
amen.
But many, I do agree with that take.
Especially
Some
when
of
the
them-
forward gives you the whole book.
Yeah. Sometimes
You know when that happens.
Yeah,
when the
yeah,
forward
yeah.
is the book.
Yeah, yeah.
I digress. Make it an Atlantic article. You know you know what I'm talking about. Back to Substack though. My beef with Substack, and it's a beef with like all apps right now.
Mm-hmm.
They march towards sameness. So when Substack came out, Substack was like, write your essays. It was in the spirit of Medium, in the spirit of Tumblr, like writing for a writer's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now I open up Substack, and there's a social media feed that you see
Yeah.
first.
Oh yeah, that's what I don't open
And
it.
you're
Yeah.
restacking and you're reposting
Oh, no,
and
no,
you're
no.
liking and you're commenting.
No.
Then there are folks doing video, and I was like, I thought it was just
I
words.
would just go.
Yeah.
To me, if I wanted to have that kind of UX, I think I would go back to Tumblr. And this thing, I subscribe to a lot of Substacks that I
Same.
love.
And I support.
Absolutely.
I also have a Substack that I wrote in 2 times exactly 3 years ago.
What's it called?
It's called Rent Free. So actually subscribe because she's gonna come back. She's gonna come back.
She's coming back.
She's
You heard
coming
it
back.
here first.
She's coming back. So I'm gonna be. But this is the thing I will say about Substack. The thing about all these newsletters is like, and y'all know this because y'all been in media for a long time. We all have been
Yeah.
a decade plus, sometimes more.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when you work for an organization,
Mm-hmm.
they own your work, and in some ways, they can own the email
Yeah.
contacts that you
Mhm.
get for people who want to follow your work, and the Substack is, or whatever email,
Yeah.
tiny letter, whatever you want to use.
Whatever you're using, yeah.
That's a way for you to be able to speak directly to the people who like your work,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
regardless of if you get laid off.
Absolutely.
Or if the
Absolutely.
company you work for shuts down, or if the company you work for gets sold to Spotify and
Absolutely.
then they shave down the employees.
You're not wrong.
Oh my God.
And
Hold my
so-
hand. I'm sorry. Oh.
And
Yeah.
and these things are like inevitable. These things are
Yeah.
very often inevitable.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I agree with you. I agree with you, Tre'vell.
I don't know what the answer
And
is.
also, and also it's like,
Yeah.
I also started my own Substack.
Because it's hard out here.
Well,
Because it's hard.
But then here's the thing with
Yeah.
Substack. So
Yeah.
when they really made their big push and became popular almost overnight, their whole thing was like, you get to own everything. You own the words, you own the email list. And folks are like, sure, great, like that. But now they're getting flack from users and writers on Substack because Substack is slowly pushing Substack readers to not consume the essay in an email sent to their inbox, but to go to the app.
the app.
because
To
it's
the
in
app, yeah.
And now when you post and when you read stuff, they're nudging you to click a button that basically just keeps you app focused and not in that email inbox, which
Yeah.
is the key for
Interesting,
these
yeah.
independent writers.
Yeah.
Inbox entry.
Exactly.
Anywho, yeah. Same page. Same page. I'm going to share my hot take next because yours is the hottest.
It is quite
It is
hyping.
hot.
Yeah.
It is hot. My hot take is in reference to a Cardi B story from a few weeks ago around the release of her new album. I'm going to read the open of an ABC News article about this.
Okay.
It reads, quote, this article was written by Bethany Braun Silva. Thank you for your service. Bethany wrote, Cardi B just added another title to her resume, Guinness World Record holder. The Grammy-winning rapper teamed up with drone delivery company Wing and Walmart to set the record for the most drone deliveries in 1 hour. Together, 176 signed CDs of Cardi B's Am I the Drama were delivered across the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. Which brings me to my hot take, which is no more world records.
Oh.
We've had enough.
I thought you were going to say no more drone deliveries of
That
albums.
too. No more world records.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no more.
You want to
What
put
is
Guinness
that?
out of
But
out of
we're
out
good.
of out
We're
of
good.
business.
It's all been done. My favorite Bible scripture.
Oh, no. Where are we going?
There is nothing new under the sun. It's all been done.
That's from the Bible? I thought my mom just said that. See, this is what I mean when I said I grew up in a religious household, but we didn't we weren't quoting scripture all the time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more records. Like, in the same regard, new Taylor Swift album came out a few days ago, and it's like, she beat all these records. Her own records.
And
They
they're
don't matter
also,
no
they were
more.
made up records.
They're made up
Some of them
records.
are made up records.
They don't matter no more. No more world records. No more world records.
Or is it no
Cardi
more,
B,
no new ones? Like no new world records.
No
Like
new world records.
no new world. Because I like knowing who is the tallest?
Yes.
Who is
Right.
the oldest woman to have a baby?
That, like, if it's already been done,
Uh-huh.
Longest toenails. I love that.
I
love
don't
that
love
stuff. I love
longest
that.
toenails. All this to say, celebrities doing dumb stuff just for the world record of it all. In what world did anyone need Walmart and Cardi B drone dropping an album to anybody? And I love Cardi B. I
Yeah.
love Walmart too. Why?
Yeah.
It sounds like something made up from the other two.
I love that show. Chase Dreams would do that. Chase Dreams would do that.
Exactly.
So yeah, no. I guess what I want to refine is like you can keep having world records, but celebrities doing the stunt just for the new world record, stop
You have enough.
that.
World
Yeah.
records should be for regular people.
Come on.
Thank
Perhaps.
you.
That's it. That's the hot take.
Oh, I
World
love
records
that.
should be
I
for
love that.
regular people.
I love that.
If you're too famous already, you don't get no more records.
I agree.
No, you have enough.
Set a world record for getting rid of your private jet.
Or set a world record for giving me.
No, you don't want that smoke.
money.
You don't want that
Oh my God,
smoke.
'cause then
You don't
they'll
want a
find
private
me.
jet. Yeah. They'll track you
Point.
down.
You're
Don't
right.
do that.
Oh my gosh.
All right. With that, we have one more pop culture hot take coming to you from, let me name her because it ain't me, from Brittany Luse.
Yes, this is coming from me.
Drum roll,
Listen,
please.
I've had Swifties wish death upon me before, okay?
Okay.
I'm not scared.
Say it
at
and
all.
let it be known.
Taylor Swift, retire. It's time to retire. And when I say retire, I don't mean...
You said retire.
Yes.
Okay.
When I say retire, I mean in the sense of Daniel Day-Lewis. You know how Daniel Day-Lewis retired after Phantom Thread?
But then he came back to
Sure.
Well, he went away, he made shoes.
He thought.
He spent time with his family.
Yeah.
He was in Ireland. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So sabbatical.
I think she needs a little longer than that. You know how a corporate sabbatical is 6 months? It's like Taylor, I mean, and this is the thing. She's never going to stop making music. You know what I'm saying? Birds fly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Frogs jump.
Yes, they do.
You can only do what's in your nature. And it is in her nature to make music. But the most recent music she has made, I'm not even going to speak on the quality of the whatever. Because Lord have mercy. I'm the Swifties are you know what I'm saying? They'll that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is her point of view. It's not giving.
It's repetitive.
It's repetitive. Everything with her is about
There's high school grievance that has never gone away.
You said the G word, exactly. It's like high school grievance, and it's like, okay, you are everything that a woman is supposed to be in this country, in this culture, in this society. You are skinny, white, blonde, rich. You
got the football player.
You got the football player who was formerly only publicly dating black women. Okay. And then, what do you choose to do, right?
Make a
with
diss
all
track
of
about
these-
Charlie XCX? You think it's insulting to Charlie XCX to like mention cocaine? That's a
She's-
badge of
she
honor
brought
for
it
her.
up. She brought it
Come
up.
on.
My sister brought it up.
Yeah.
I listened to Brett. I listened to the lyrics, so she brought it up
The
first.
sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Charlie XCX does cocaine.
Okay, she said it. She said, should we have a little line?
Yes.
Should we do a little bump?
Yes.
Okay, a little key, a little line. You know what I'm saying? So not only that though, I can't remember exactly which song it is, but there is a song where she makes some references to, she makes one reference that to seemingly Kayla Nicole, Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, on and off for years, who he was with most publicly before he and Taylor got together. She's a black woman. She is an influencer of some sort. I don't know this woman.
Yeah.
A pretty girl. But Taylor had some lyric that made reference to how she was on her phone, which is this video social media clip of Travis commenting to his ex-girlfriend Kayla Nicole that she needed to put her phone down at dinner. She was on her phone too much. And then there's like some other lyric where, Taylor's talking about how she's not, I don't know if you can say bitch on here, but she said she's not, maybe you can believe it, because it is a lyric. I'm not a bad bitch. I'm not a savage.
And I was like, is that about Beyonce?
Right. Well, it lines up with Megan Thee Stallion.
Hold on.
It lines up with it, with some lyrics from her songs. And it's like,
this is the thing.
it's like, here we go again. Like Taylor Swift is kind of juxtaposing her archetype of a white woman, right? Because again, who she is in real life is a very rich billionaire with a private jet who is running a media empire very effectively, right?
Yeah.
But her archetype, which is like, defenseless blonde white woman, she is again juxtaposing that against the black ex-girlfriend or the black women who are the bad bitches and the savages. Could be Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not trying to put words in her mouth about who these exactly are about, but she's a smart person. She's always put Easter eggs into her music. And it's like, oh my God, the oldest trick in the book for white womanhood, or the construction of white womanhood, is to juxtapose yourself next to a black woman and say all that she is and all that you aren't.
Well, yeah.
It's embarrassing. It's like, girl, go back to do some shoemaking. Find your shoemaking and do that.
And from the start, if we really want to get critical here and like meta, everything about Taylor Swift's presentation of self and girlhood/womanhood was a particular kind of sexually neutered white womanhood.
Absolutely.
And it stood in direct and stark contrast to our society's conceptions of what is a sexual woman, which is usually a woman of color.
Exactly.
And she
specifically a black woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Taylor built a version of herself that was literally dressed in gowns like a damsel in distress.
Yes.
Asexually.
Yes.
For so long. And it was racially coded.
Very racially
A black girl could never do that. Beyonce was
No.
sexualized when she was 16, right?
Yeah.
And so you see Taylor do all of that, and now she's also trying to, with this album, turn a switch and be sexual. And then you end up with lyrics that are some of the most cringe she's ever written. Oh my God. With a lot
About her
of
thighs unlocking. I said, sister.
Oh.
Yeah, you took the focus off of your thighs unlocking for about 20 years now. I don't need to be let into this aspect.
It seems like the central
in such a way.
The central challenge of Taylor Swift is, how do you become a 35-year-old very powerful woman while also in many ways continuing to perform lyrically and emotionally?
Sandra D. Lousy with virginity.
Oh, yeah.
Won't go to bedtime legally wed.
It's
To
hard.
quote
It's a
Grease.
juxtaposition.
To quote Grease.
How do you do it?
Yeah,
How do you do it?
and that's the thing, is I think that like she's put herself into a bind, like with her persona, And and I think that this album really lays that bare. Like you said, it's the high school grievance. It's juxtaposing herself next to Black women and trying to put herself in a more favorable light. And it is also kind of like punching down. Like,
but this is the thing.
and
Once you're the most powerful pop star in the world, you can't punch down.
You can't comment on
Every
your
negative
Beyonce's
comment about
ex-girlfriend.
anybody else at this point is punching down. If you're Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not. It's bad business. So to me, it's like she's stuck in this kind of perpetual victimhood that she's really been in since the Kanye situation. At this point, it's like all the dragons have been slayed. Kanye,
Literally.
Katy Perry, like anybody who was a peer for
Taylor
her at
Swift
the
is
time.
pop music's final girl.
She
made it.
is. And I mean, I'm not saying that it's because she makes the best music. I don't think she makes the best music, and that's very subjective. But I think it's because she has, again, she's running this media empire, and she's run it very effectively. She's gotten all the laurels. She's gotten the guy. It's like, retire. You got enough money, sister. Get in.
Just take a break. So that's what I
I'm
hear you
talking
say.
about.
is
I'm saying just take a break.
There should be at least
And
2
come back
years
when you got
between
something to say.
albums.
Listen.
2 years between albums.
Remember when she announced
Yeah.
the new album at the Grammys? Was it last year or the year
like,
before?
we're tired.
And people in her peers, her
They were like,
musical peers,
"What?"
They were like, "Oh no."
Because
And
the
it's
last one
like-
was like 30 songs.
Yeah, and also too, it's like she's again, her media empire is engineered to win, and they want to win too. Shoot.
Literally.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, girl, take a break so I can get
Yeah,
my
they're like,
Grammy.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Do you have big Taylor thoughts you've been real quiet
No,
over there?
I don't engage with the beloved at all. But I agree with everything that you just said. Just from what I've witnessed, I'm like, well, yeah, she should take a break.
Yeah.
She should have, because we also, I think, just as music lovers, we want our artists to grow with us in a
Yes,
lot of
yes.
ways, live a little life, and then
Yeah.
come back and tell us what's going on.
Last question to close all the loops. Y'all have to cast Taylor Swift in a reboot of one of our 4 films on our horror film Mount Rushmore. Which
Oh.
film do you cast her in?
Oh,
Get out.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. I had a great show. Tell folks where to find y'all.
You can find me at BMLuse, that's BMLUSE, on Twitter or Instagram or X or whatever, or Instagram. Find me, because the Swifties are definitely going to find me first.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
And you can
coming
also,
for
you can listen to It's Been a Minute wherever podcasts are found. And you can also.
On radio, too.
Yeah, it comes on the radio. If it doesn't come on your local NPR station, give them a call. And
And you on YouTube.
We are on YouTube. You
Hassan
can't-
is on YouTube. I
Yeah.
saw it.
Oh, yeah. We do have somebody. We had a great interview with Hassan Piker on YouTube. Yeah. Well, because that was one where I did get a lot of feedback. Still no death threats. It's only Swifties that do that.
There you go.
So
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe Taylor, take a break. Y'all can have some time to look in the mirror and wonder why you want me to die because I didn't like her album.
Yeah. Tre'vell, what about you?
Well, I host a movie review podcast called Seated. It's on YouTube and everywhere you get this fabulous podcast right here. Okay. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Rayzhon, RAYZHON.
And for all y'all out there, don't find me or follow me with your Taylor hot takes. I'm invisible for a few days. Don't do it. All right, listeners, send us your pop culture hot takes whenever you want. You can email me, whenevs, sam@kcrw.com. See y'all soon. Bye.